Hello everyone, this is Nightmare back again with another This is Hallovember video, and today we are going to be talking about preview thoughts for my personal favorite and a lot of yours personal favorite Halloween horror TV programming out there is AMC's Fear Fest, which has simply been going down the drain for the past few years, but I will get on that when I get to that. So Fear Fest is entering, I believe it's 19th, if I am right, I believe it's the 19th year. So next year will be the 20th anniversary of Fear Fest, which originally was called Monster Fest, but I'm pretty sure you guys know that by now. But so what do I mean by Fear Fest going down the drain in the last couple of years? Nothing programming wise, it's been fine, it's been great, it's been wonderful. It's more of it how it's been shortened in the past couple of years. 2013 was the longest we have seen PFS, and I believe it was 19 days. So 19 days PFS has been going on, was in 2013. Then 2014, when we thought, oh, we're gonna get 3 whole weeks of Fear Fest, AMC decided, you know what, we're going to shorten it. So it was only 15 days last year. It went from, I believe, the 18th, yeah, so the 18th to the 31st. Now this year they have shortened it yet again by another date, so it's only 2 full weeks, which in retrospect is better than the 8 days that we had gotten. I want to say back in 2009, 2008, when they overturned Monster Fest to Fear Fest. And they shortened it because if anyone remember Monster Fest, it was similar to what Sci-Fi did for 31 Nights of Halloween, which originally was called 13 Days of Halloween or something like that. It wasn't 31 Nights. So AMC originally had it of the full month. It was called Monster Fest, as I stated before, and they did, before they got really into the actual slasher movies, they did a lot of classic movies. Like the classic movies would have been, like the classic horror movies would have been on during the daytime hours, and then they would have like specials in between those. Excuse me. They would have special in between them, kind of like there was a channel that used to do like the 100 scariest moments in film or something like that every year, and AMC had some of the elements from that. I don't remember the channel that used to air them. It might have been E. I don't think it was, but they used to do that. And then around 2004, 2005, they started airing the Halloween movies, and that's how I got introduced to the Halloween series as a whole. I believe the first year, I think they did 4 and 5, because that was always on, and then the next year they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they did that for a couple of years, and then they added 6 and H2O 1 year. I don't think they ever added Resurrection. It could have been Resurrection, it could have been H2O. Don't like those two movies either way, but whatever. And then they started adding, around that same time period, I believe 2006, they started adding the Jason movies. So, and then it just kept on growing from there, until they converted to Fear Fest, and Fear Fest started shortening, but it kept a lot of the elements, a lot of them, except they removed, of course, some things because it wasn't a month long, but whatever. So, we are not at the 8th day, thank God, but seeing it from almost 3 weeks, 2 years ago, to seeing it to 2 weeks now, it's kind of like, it feels kind of like 13 Nights of Halloween. It's not a bad thing, but where it's like, a lot of us is like, if there's a horror movie on, it's, it's kind of like a bummer, but never mind that. So last year, AMC presented a new thing to kick off the start of fucking Walking Dead. So the week before The Walking Dead is supposed to air, they did a zombie apocalypse week. So, and it's kind of like, why even bother when it's on? I mean, it's on Netflix, people can buy the DVDs, yada yada yada, and it's like, it pisses me off because it's like, you can't call it, can you not have it called AMC BFS present Zombie Apocalypse Week, and then do BFS that Sunday? Because that's usually when BFS used to start. It used to start that Sunday. So the Sunday of Columbus Day weekend. So it goes down the line, and it's like, okay, now when Crossroad, where it's like they're shortening it, hopefully maybe next year they will stretch it out a little bit. I hope to God they will, because it's like every year they've been shortening it for the past 2 years. I don't want to see it going 13 days, because that would be retarded. Alright, so what would I like to see from Fear Fest here? Which is kind of like a loaded question, because Fear Fest is kind of freaking perfect. Almost perfect, but there are some things that need to be tweaked, to make it plus reintroduce some of the movies that Monster Fest originally had, and the original, when it was converted over to Fear Fest, what Fear Fest, the early days of Fear Fest used to have. They used to do the Children of the Corn movies. I haven't really seen a whole lot of them on TV. Would be great to see them reintegrated, because that's one franchise that no one really been touching on. Get the original Child's Play. I feel like I'm repeating a lot of things I've said the last couple of years, but it's kind of like, it's an, they can do it, just don't want to. I mean, they have so much potential, and they could very well just have 1 week of new stuff, totally new stuff, and then have the repeats on the following week, have like the classic stuff. Because what they did last year was that they had 2 days, they had the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st dedicated to marathons. 28th to 29th was Friday 13th, and then the 30th through Halloween was, of course, the Halloween, which you gotta have Halloween on Halloween. You know, there was a year where that didn't happen, and it pissed off a lot of people. It's like, don't change the Halloween marathon on Halloween, because it's kind of like that's everyone's go-to. They obviously know that because they see the ratings go up through the roof that night. Saying, oh, people really like this, maybe we should have it on more. Which is why they, kind of repeat it. But I don't believe that the Halloween movies were on prior to that. If they were, probably were only on during the early mornings hours, and probably was only on once before. They kicked off Fear Fest I believe, with Friday 13th Marathon. I could be mistaken. But keep the staples, but add new stuff. Get the original Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and get New Nightmare, because now it makes sense to get those two movies now with Wes Craven's passing. Good way to honor him. I hope maybe this year they will do a kind of like an honor to the horror icons we've lost this past year. Like maybe do get some of the Hammer Dracula movies to honor Christopher Lee, and play. Well, of course they're gonna play Friday 13th, play Friday 13th 1 and 2, and then have a bumper say in memory of Betsy Palmer, and then do Nightmare on the Street, New Nightmare, trying to think, maybe do Hills Have Eyes and Shocker, stuff like that to honor Wes Craven, and have a bumper like that. Would be nice for that to happen. I hope it does, because they were pretty influential in the world of horror, and they should be honored as such. But there's, of course, you gotta keep some of the same. You gotta keep the Halloween marathon on Halloween. If that's the only time you're gonna air the Halloween movies, do it on Halloween. Make it count. That's honest. A lot of people are saying, I'm sick of Halloween on Halloween. I'm like, you better not change it, because that's become a ritual ever since I was little. I was 11. So it's kind of like that's been my thing to watch. Halloween 4, Halloween 5, maybe not Halloween, the original Halloween, but 2 and 3. That's kind of how I got into those movies, so I kind of want them to stick around and such. So, I'm sure that you guys probably want the same as me. Maybe you guys want a little different things. If you have something that you change, love to hear it. Love to get some, comments on these things. If you're gonna be assholes, don't comment at all. But until next time, my lovelies, I'll see ya.